Good morning, guys. Oh my gosh, like I have not been like in a sit down recording a video like this in such a long time. This feels so right, but at the same time so like strange. I know like my first video to share was a haul video, but that was just literally me sitting on my couch with my vlog camera and like showing you guys my haul. But actually sitting down and recording with like my actual DSLR camera, it's been so long. I did attempt to make a video in December on actually what we're gonna do today, sort of, but I don't know what happened. At some point it stopped recording, and the actual vital part of the entire video was not even recorded. Like, I don't know what happened. I did like beginning to end, and I have everything except the most vital part of the video, and I was like, oh my gosh, like seriously. So that was the last time. That was in December, but since then it's been probably like, I don't even know, it's been a while. It's been a long time. I've just been doing vlogs because I just feel like, I don't know, I love and enjoy it so much. Like, I still do love makeup, but I don't know, I just don't want to like do a video to do a video. I want to do it because I really want to, like I'm motivated to. Anyways, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. Thank you to those who have been here for such a long time. I do appreciate that very much, and I hope that in 2019 I can be a lot better, but also I want to have my channel go where I feel like I'm let to go, where it's like there's the passion and the motivation. Don't want to just do a video just to do a video. And I woke up this morning and I'm like, I need to do this. Like, I just felt so compelled to do it. So that's why we're here this morning. And you already saw the title of this video, but it is going to be my first impressions, again, part 2 from the Naked Cherry palette. I know this has like completely like come and gone, like this whole trend of the Naked palette, the Cherry palette, but I mean, it's still out there, it's still in the market to purchase. So if it can help someone at this point, then I hope this video is helpful for you. Like I said, the first video I was doing back in December was my first impressions. So this is gonna be like my first impressions part 2, because it's technically not my first impression anymore, because I already have an idea of what I liked and didn't like about this palette back then. So it's kind of like a do-over, but I have not actually been using this palette. Like, I did the video and didn't work out, and I just put the palette aside because I didn't want to continue using it and like really formulating a true review of it, because I really wanted to do this video. So we're gonna do that again today, because I feel like I need to give it another chance as well, because like, being completely honest, I didn't really like this palette when I tried it my very first time. I was just like I had some struggles with certain shades and stuff, so I didn't really have a good experience with it. So I am going to give my first impressions of this palette. I don't know if this is the best like tutorial or review, whatever you want to call it, to do today, because 2019 has already been like quite an adventure, and you never know what will happen today, tomorrow, next year, next week, 2 years from now. You have no idea, and so you can only hope for the best and just stay positive and like stay motivated, stay passionate, be true to yourself, and just like look forward, don't look back. You know, there are some great things that might have happened, some bad things that might have happened, but you just have to keep going forward. It's already been like, okay, 2019, you've been a little bit rough so far, but we're looking forward. We're gonna hope for the best and be positive about going forward. So this palette here is like all your Naked palette. It has like the mirror on the bottom, and we've got all the shades here. It's super pretty. There are some like lighter warm tones, and then there's like those deeper like cherry tones. Like, so we go from the light end to the darker end, but the theme of this palette is that cherry theme. So the packaging on this is the same as the Naked, the Smoky palette, and the Naked Heat palette is the same concept. You have the raised Urban Decay print, and then inside is like a raised cherry, but you can't even feel that part. It's like inside this like little case, but same kind of like width and length and everything. Pretty adorable, good for traveling. If this video is a little bit lengthy, I know it's like my first official sit down and recorded video. If it's a little lengthy, I'm really sorry, but it's just been so long, and I haven't talked to you guys in so long like this through a tutorial video or a review video or whatever it is, and I'm really tired as well. So I'm just gonna get into it before this lasts forever. I'm gonna go ahead and start up. I've already primed my eye with the NARS primer, and then I also did a little bit of the paint pot from MAC in the color Painterly, just so I wanted to like neutralize, because I'm saying like I've been so tired, I haven't had enough sleep, and like I feel like the skin on my eyelids were just kind of like red, like you see the little veins. So covered that up with the MAC paint pot in Painterly, and I've already applied my foundation and a little bit of bronzer, so did eyebrows a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in, and I'm gonna go in with this first shade on this end called Hot Spot. It's this very first shade here, and it looks a little bit too light, but it's just like a very neutral, almost skin tone-ish. Like, I'm just taking a fluffy brush and I'm going to place that all over. Like whenever I apply the Painterly paint pot for MAC, or like any kind of like a primer that's a little bit thick, I like to set down a neutral color to set that primer in. That way when we go to apply our normal shadows, it's not like getting clumped and like stuck like in one spot because there's too many product or whatever. So having a light neutral color just kind of like neutralizes everything, and it gives you a easier canvas to work with, if that makes sense. This palette does give a lot of kickback, like when you are putting your brush into the shadow, it like picks up a lot, and that's usually not standard for Urban Decay. Like I feel like from all their palettes that I have and I've tried, depending on the shadow, you may get a little bit of that kickback, but I feel like this palette really gave more than any of the other palettes that I've worked with. So that was my first thing that I was like, really? Like, that's not really Urban Decay. So next I'm gonna go in with this color here called Feels. I've got the Feels. And it's this shade. It's that shade right there. It's called Feels. That one right here. And it has a little bit of a pink tone to it, but it also is kind of neutral. You will see, like when you pick it up, you will see bits of pink. It looks kind of pinkish there. I'm going to just start off with that and place that in my outer crease, taking it a bit in, like halfway in. And see, for me, I usually don't like this. I rather have something a bit more on the brown side. So far this shadow is actually not too bad. I didn't get a lot of kickback with this specific shade, and I feel like it blends well. It's pigmented enough, like I didn't have to like really like stick my brush in there, just light, and it really does come through. It's true to color. I'm actually going to go in with the lid shade, and I'm going to go in with this shade here called Ambitious. It's that one right there. It's like a goldish tone, but it has those pink undertones to it. It's more to like the plum shade. That one right here. I'm going to stick my brush in. It doesn't have too much kickback, but they're a little bit more clumpier, which is not bad. It's not like an out of the norm thing. So I'm gonna place that. Okay, that was definitely not what I expected from that shade. It just looks a little bit different when you apply the actual, wow, okay. It looks different in the palette, I feel. This reminds me of more of a copper tone, but definitely with the pinks in it. This is actually a really good shade. The other time when I attempted to film this previously, I used this shade called Young Love, and I really had a hard time with that shade. Like I was like going in with my brush, and it just like has so much kickback. You would apply it and it wouldn't transfer properly. Like this one just is amazing. Like this shade was just wow. I'm really surprised, because that shade I struggled so much with it. I even like wet my brush and to reapply it, and it was just really hard to work with. So far this is kind of like a hit or miss, I would say, because that is like pigmented and I did not expect that. So with that, I am going to add a more deeper shade. We're going to go into the very last shade in this palette called Privacy. It's that really dark brown, because I feel this is a lot of pink. This is a lot of pink. I get it, it's a cherry palette, I get it, but or the reds, whatever. This doesn't have a lot of kickback either. Maybe, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the colors I used. We might need to do a part 2. As you can see, I picked up just a little bit and it's just enough. And I'm gonna go into the outer corner. This is gonna be almost like a daytime smoky look, honestly, because these colors are wow. See, this is what I expect from Urban Decay, like just amazing shades, amazing products that really are true to color and pigmented, easy to work with. And today I'm actually not disappointed because the first time I really was. So I'm going to go in with the very first shade that I used to set all over, which is Hotspot, and I'm just going to place that right under to just add a little bit of highlight to the brow bone. Guys, it's been raining, like, I don't know for how long now. I woke up and it's raining and it's still raining and I have to leave, and I hate driving in the rain and like doing your hair and it's raining and like your hair just falls. And I am headed to church, so it's like I don't want to wear a dress like when it's raining, so I actually might wear pants. I usually don't like wearing pants to church. I don't know why, it's just like it's not comfortable for me. And like people at my church, they wear whatever, like people go in shorts, people go in like little dresses, like long dresses, like jeans, whatever. And like I just like wearing dresses or skirts to church. I just feel like for me it's appropriate. So it's just weird to wear pants, and I'm just like, I'm gonna go do a liner and I'll be right back. Anyways, I'm going to just finish out the rest of my face so we can conclude this video for today. I did get a bit of like fallout on some of the shadow, so definitely do your concealer after, not before, or do foundation. Typically I will do my eyes before I do foundation, but for the purpose of the video I went ahead and just did that. So there is fallout. That lid shadow, it does have a little bit of like shimmery sparkle glitter in it, so there is some fallout there. I didn't notice right away, but now that I'm looking in the mirror I do see like some like glitter like right under my eye, and then just a little bit of fallout from the first crease color we use, that neutral brown. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply the concealer, that way we can get rid of all that fallout. I feel like it's so hard not to make like weird faces when you're doing concealer, even mascara and eyeliner. Like you make such weird faces. Try not to, but let's be real, it happens. We all make faces. Like if you don't make faces, then you're like a pro. I think the last thing I'm gonna do, because there's just so much like color, I'm gonna take this Persona palette and I'm gonna pick up a little bit of Sassy. Just like, this is a really good palette too. But anyways, I'm gonna pop that right in here, because I feel like it needs to be just brightened a little bit because there's just so much that cherry tone shade. It just adds like a little pop of highlight. So that's gonna be it for this look. I feel like I really do like how it turned out. This time around, I feel like I had such a better experience with this palette, because the original video I did not like it. I was just so like disappointed. Super disappointed, because I love Urban Decay. Like Urban Decay is one of the first brands, like high-end brands that I ever used when I first started even getting into makeup, and I just fell in love, and I've been trying to buy every palette that they've had. Like I don't have every single palette, but all of these like naked palettes I do have. But I've bought so many of their palettes. Like back in the day they used to do like Book of Shadows, so I've always loved them. And when I tried this out, and I was just super disappointed, and I was like, like, you know, like it's Urban Decay, but like why? Like I got kickback, like so much fallout. It just like drove me nuts. But after today I feel so much better about this palette. I just love how it actually looks. Like it looks like so pigmented, it's so Urban Decay, and this is what I was looking forward to. So second first impressions is actually a good one. I'm liking it. I think the shades that I still had trouble with, which was Bang Bang, if you can see it, Bang Bang, and Young Love, those two were really difficult to work with, and Devilish had a lot of fallout. Even here I can see like if I just go like this, it just like falls. Like you can't see it from that far from the camera, but there is so much. They're pigmented, but there's just so much. But the shade Young Love, that one really was tough to work with because it just didn't want to like stay on. It just like disappeared literally. But that is the review. I hope it's helpful. If you're looking at this palette, I would say just go ahead and try it out. Do swatches. I may try to do another look with this palette just to kind of like experience again those shades that I originally had an issue with. I think I'm actually try to film that again so you guys can see what I'm saying. But today I actually like everything that happened and how it turned out. I love the shades that I use. A little fallout, but it's okay, it wasn't bad. And yeah, as of today, I would say yes. If you like cherry tones, pink tones, red tones, then I would say yes. Given, you know, consideration that some of the shades are like, but we'll try them out again. So guys, thank you so much for watching today. It's been really good to come back and sit down. I haven't sit down like this, like I was saying earlier, like in so long, so it does feel good. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you do enjoy this video, and until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye.